Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna wait a few minutes before we get people in here at 6:58. Got one person watching. We'll wait till we get about 10 people, I guess. I want to see. We got 3 people. We got Patrick. We got Maria. Donoso, South Eye. Was that South Eye as well? Maria Donoso. What's up, Sha? Hello. How are you? Everybody good? We're going to just wait for a few more people to get in before we begin. And I tell you about this idea that I have, this thing that I'm going to start doing. How you guys doing? Sha, Maria, Patrick, are you guys doing okay? Are you enjoying your Tuesday? I have no idea what day it is anymore. Oh, we got 7 people in. The numbers are going up. That's a good thing. How come it's not showing me? Okay. We still good? You guys hear me? You guys see me? There we go. All right. Somebody make a comment real quick so I could just make sure that this comment thing is working. Everything seems good though. Let me just do that. There we go. I seen like a like or something. All right. Now we got to get this back on. God damn it. Technical difficulties. What up, Chase? I appreciate you, brother. I knew it, Maria Donoso. How are you? South High. I got a good memory. What's up, Chase, my homie? Another Boston comedian. What's up, Ron Lawson? It's a Holy Cross alum right there, I believe. Damn it, my thing. You ever try doing something and you like, this is perfect. And then as soon as you start, the damn things be acting up. Anyways, what's up, Tim? All right, we got it. We good. All right, guys. We got 10 people, so I guess I will begin. My name is Orlando Bax. If you don't know, I am a stand-up comedian from Worcester, Massachusetts. What's going on, Amy? So basically, I thought it would be a good idea to start doing this live show where I talk about my funniest school stories or people's school stories, because what happens is when I do these shows and I get up and I start talking about school or talking about whatever, telling these stories, at the end of the show, I don't care who's in the crowd. I don't care if it's 100 people, 1,000 people, 10 people. There's usually at least one person that comes up to me and be like, hey, I got this funny ass school story you should use for your skit. And I'm like, no, right? But they'll tell me the story anyways. And a lot of times the story is funny as hell and sometimes it's not. So I figured everybody has funny school stories, right? Everybody. I mean, some people think they're really funny, but they're not. But some people don't even think they're that funny, but they're hilarious. So I figured I'd create this little show where I get people on to tell their funny school stories or story to people. And we sit here and we just judge them and ask them questions and we laugh and whatever. So that's the premise to this story, this show. So what V-neck? Classic Orlando. I always got a V-neck on, Chase. You know my steez. I gotta flex on them a little. I think I got the V-neck from Joe Coy, to be honest with you. My homie, shout out to my big homie Joe Coy. Hilarious comedian. You see him all over Netflix. I mean, my big bro's doing big things. And he always put me on the V-neck game. So I rock it. What's going on, Brian? So anyways, usually or normally I will have guests on the show to come on and tell their story, and we can sit here and kind of like interview them. But because I have the person that I had on today had an emergency come up, so they couldn't do it. I want to tell my story, but before I even do that, I feel selfish telling my story, even though it's my show and I could do that. I want to see if one of you guys on here has a story you can share, because basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be bringing people on to kind of talk to for a little bit and get their story, and we all see if it's funny or not, and call it a day. But before I do mine, what's going on, Mike? It's my brother Mike Bailey right there. How you doing, man? What's up, Kate? My boy Gogi is in the house all the way from Hawaii. One of the GBV OGs. My guy. Amazing Force. Breakdancing crew back in the Valley in the 80s. They were, yo, I used to watch them as a kid. I'd be out in my window, second floor, looking down. They out there. They, bum, bum, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so yeah. Yo, Gogi, what's up? DD, what's going on? Hey, Gogi, you would be perfect. Gogi, do you have any... My boy Lad is on here as well. Do you have any funny, like, school stories? Like funny school from Bronco days? Because I know you were a Bronco guy. I know my man Lad does. So, Gogi, if you have one, if you have a funny story, Gogi, hold on to that story. You're going to tell me a funny school story. But I have one of my other friends on here, my man Lad. So, what's up, Amy? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Lad, do you want to go on and tell your story tonight? Absolutely. All right, well, let me look who said absolutely. God damn it, this thing ain't working. Yes, all right. So, guys, the first guy I'm gonna bring on first. He's gonna tell his story. I do have a funny story. I should tell my story real quick first. This is to get an idea, Lad, of what I'm talking about. This is a very true story. I want to say it happened to me while I was teaching. None of these stories have to do with teaching, but I'll tell you this story. It happened when I was teaching. I find it very interesting. It's very funny, but it's very true. So I used to work at a school in Worcester. I'm not going to say what school, but it's a very true story. I was the volleyball coach. I know I do not look like a volleyball coach, and I've never played volleyball until they asked me to be the volleyball coach. Very true. Terrible at it. Listen, when kids would come up to me and ask me, Coach, can you show me how to volley? No clue. I was like, yeah, you just got to go on Google and research that shit yourself, because I can't help you. I was very terrible at the job. And it showed. Our record was not good for years. But I love the kids. They were my favorite kids. Maine South kids. I was a GBV kid, but I was a Maine South kid as well. So anyways, I coached for a couple of years. One of the years, we were actually pretty good. We had one game to go. We were, I believe, 8-9. We needed to have a 500 record to go to the playoffs. Something like that. Very true. So we had this one kid on the team. He was unbelievable. He was Puerto Rican kid. One of my favorite kids, one of my favorite students, one of my favorite athletes. He was a great volleyball player. Loved him. We need him. When he joined our team, he was like the Michael Jordan of volleyball. He wouldn't have got a shoe or nothing, but he was very good. And because he was a big reason why we were winning, he just could do everything. I didn't have to tell him nothing. I just look at the kids and say, look at him and do what he does, right? Anyways, we have this game right before the game. You know, right before the game was about to start. Say the game starts at 4. So say 3 o'clock. I'm in my office. I'm feeling very confident because we're doing well. The team that we're about to play, we already beat before. We beat them bad. So I'm thinking, wow, this is the first time we're going to go to the playoffs. So I'm sitting in my little classroom, and I'm waiting for my students to come in, my players. It's after school. And then my principal comes in. We're not going to say who it is, but she comes in. And she says, Orlando, I have bad news. So-and-so can't play today. I say, why? She says, he was caught having sex in front of the school I'm gonna get graphic. Getting having sex orally in front of the school, and people have reported him. This is what I say. This is very true. I say, are you sure it was him? Are you sure it was him? Because players have different numbers, right? How do you know it was him? Was it his number, right? She said it was him, and she said his number. It was number, it might have been 14, I don't know. Damn it, it was him. Now, listen, in my brain, I knew that I didn't think we could win without him. In fact, I was 99% sure we wasn't going to win without him. So when she said this to me, this is what I also say. This is my follow-up to was it him? My follow-up was, well, even if it was him, which I don't know if it was, and you really don't know. It was just a number. Sometimes players switch shirts. Could have been him. We got a lot of Puerto Ricans at the school. Could have been any Puerto Rican. Who knows? She goes, I go, it happened after school though? Like, can he still play the game and we take care of it the next day? That's how bad I wanted to. That's terrible. That's how bad I wanted to win. I did. And she said, no, I sent him home and he was gone. And I was devastated. Now the other kids hadn't arrived yet. It's very true. Damn it. So I go, all right. I said, all right, okay. I had to focus. I had to focus because I had other kids on the team coming in and we had this big game. And I said to her, well, how did you know? Who said this? She said, well, one of the parents called the school and said there's a player in front of the school doing some things with a young lady. And they said the number and we called him into the office. He was there. We thought it was him. So, and here's what I'm thinking. Like, I knew that the team we were about to play, they knew they were going to lose. I don't know if they was hating. I think they just called up the school and was like, they probably wasn't even doing nothing. But they pretended or just like, hey, listen, there's a kid having sex in front of your school. I think it's the best player on the team. Now the best player on the team gets in trouble, and then now your team loses. They was probably hating. I don't know what they was. But anyways, I was scrambling in my mind because I didn't know what to say. So I had to do something I never did before. I had to figure out a way as a coach to motivate. I got right, Didi. I think it was sabotage. I had to figure out a way as a coach to motivate the other kids to play. But the problem is, when you're a coach, it's easy to make motivational speeches when your players know how to play, But when there's nothing you can say to them, it's hard. I don't think I could have said anything to them to motivate them. And I tried to get it out of them. Nothing worked. I probably could have told them, listen, if y'all win this game, I'm going to let y'all have sex in front of the school. And anyway, it's a very true story. It's not particularly funny, but it's very true. And that's kind of what I want from people that I bring on the show. All right? So, hey, what's going on? Hold on. There's a lot of people that came in. My boy Colin. What's up, Colin? Tanya, my cousin. Phyllis, what's up? Amy. All right, we got everybody in. All right, we got 16 people watching. So, I'm about to bring my boy Lad on. I'm about to invite you right now. Let me see. How do I invite my man Lad? And then we're going to get it in. We are going to get it in. Lad has a very funny story. Lad, how come I can't bring you on right now, brother? What are you doing? I'm going to invite you. Here we go. Inviting friends. No, I don't want you to watch. I want to bring them on. Oh, here we go. Your viewers, blah, 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 blah. Allow your viewers to request to join you on the blah. Okay, here we go. I got you, lad. Boom. Are you on yet? It's about to add.
What's good?
Hey! What's good, brother?
Shit, bro. Just trying to get through it like everybody else, man.
Trying to get through it like everybody else, huh?
Absolutely.
You ready? You listen.
No, because
let me make sure I got my camera right.
We still on the heels of of figuring out how we're gonna move forward this school season. So I actually have a Zoom meeting tomorrow at 10, and my administrator should let us know what the deal is. So
Oh, okay. Lad, inform the people what you do so we can God damn it.
I have just finished June,
Uh-huh.
made my 21st year.
Wow.
All special ed.
All special ed.
All
That's
special
right.
ed. I've taught at every level except middle school. So I'm in self-contained. So I have 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Max,
4th, and 5th graders.
Yep, max roster of 13. They can't give me more than 13. So because spectrum it's LD, learning disorder, or BD, behavior disorder. So
that's my territory right there. Behavior disorder. Do you miss?
I'm LD now. I was BD in the beginning. That's where my story starts at BD.
And BD. Oh, well, listen, I love shout out to all the BD kids that I've had in the house. I had a ton of them. I gotta like bend down right now because this damn thing is actually great.
I'm gonna preface it with I had 10 boys. I had 10 boys between the ages of 8 to 10. Now
8 and 10.
Now I've been in the game for 21, but I started in 92 and got hurt at a whole nother job and was out of work for a long time, so I had to come back.
Okay.
But so back when I first started, my first job, I had BD class, 10 kids all boys between the ages of 8 and 10. And,
well, let me say this. BD, tell the people what BD stands for, because some people might hear your story and think BD stands for brain damage.
Well, no.
They're not.
On some real shit, behavior disorder. And some of the things that fall under behavior disorder is defiant, oppositional. These are the the labels that they attach to these kids in their IEPs and in their folders. And so so I have 10 of the illest boys. 10 of the illest boys. They were so ill because I'm dating myself. So I only had them for 1 year, but at the end of the year we had a party and they bought me a gift. It was the Chronic album.
They bought you the Chronic. Yo, those are some. Listen, you know what? That's first of all, that's love.
Oh, I cried.
That's major love, right? Because
absolutely
some kids that were in BD that I would get in house all the time were absolutely some of my favorite kids. When they had love for you, the love was humongous. Absolutely. It was just real.
So Pete. So
that's so funny.
Now,
Chronic album.
where it's almost borders on cliche, but we're in the basement. We got a basement classroom.
Okay, basement classroom.
Basement classroom.
Why they always give us the worst? Why they always give the BD kids the worst classrooms in the school?
Bro, I'm gonna do you one better. They out of all the because it was different. There were mainstream classrooms in the basement.
Yeah.
But my room was the only room that had stairs and an emergency exit that I couldn't lock, and I had runners.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
ain't nothing worse than a runner.
I had runners. One of them slashed my tires.
Damn.
Yeah,
like probably the one that got you the Chronic album as like, yo, damn, I feel bad.
Probably got it bootleg. Probably got it 3 months in advance. You know what I mean? Straight white label shit. But Pete. So one day, it's a rainy day, and we don't have recess, so we have indoor recess. Pick my kids up from lunch, take them in the room. I got a walk-in closet full of shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me interrupt one more time. What are the ages again? Just for people.
8 to 10.
Listen, what's up, man? 8 to 10. Okay.
8 to 10. 8 to 10, and I think I only have one 10-year-old. So, like, you know what I mean? Like I had some kids that had been through it. You know what I mean? I had a kid whose father was in San Quentin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he saw a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But so fast forward, we're gonna have rainy recess. Indoor recess. I'm looking I go in my walk-in closet, go looking for see what we can do, and I hear boom, click. Nah.
Boom click.
Nah, these motherfuckers didn't lock me in this fucking closet, did they?
They locked you. Oh. Yeah. Yo, they locked you in the closet.
And I laughed.
Wait.
I laughed. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you know what I mean? Like, I could laugh. I laughed for the first 5 minutes. I was in there for like 25 minutes, bro.
You was beating on the door like
beating on the door, and the harder I beat on the door, the more they laugh. The harder they laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like by minute 22, professionalism was out the door. Open this motherfucking door, I swear to God. You know what I mean? Like spazzing. I'm spazzing. The administrator opens the door.
Wow, so somebody heard you.
Because they can hear me wilding.
Oh.
That's right. So we get through that. Fast forward. About 14, 15, about 10, 12 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with my wife. We're at a wedding. Yep. We're at the reception, and we're young. We're sitting with a bunch of these, with a bunch of fitted hats at a wedding. All right, bunch of young guys, right? And my wife goes, "Who keeps looking at you?" And I'm like, "Nah, she's yo, you're chill, you're wild, you're drinking, chill out." She's like, "No, he's looking at you." I start looking, and he's eyeballing me. So I'm like,
mugging,
it's about to get. I'm planning for like some grimy shit to pop off at a wedding. I'm like, fuck, is this how this is gonna go down? So, and I'm trying to find a way to diplomatically introduce myself and broker this conversation because like he's really looking at me. I said,
really
I said, you know me? He said, what's your name? I said, what's your name? So we're going back and forth, and he goes, nah, for real, like I'm just because you look like my teacher. I said, oh, yeah, I'm Mr. Lopes. He said, Mr. Lopes, I'm Eddie. I said, Miss Skelly, you locked me in the fucking closet 12 years ago. Yo, the whole table erupts, bro. Now we got to tell the story all the way around. He was like, yo, that was one of the funniest things. And like to him, that was the funniest thing ever. He was like, yeah, the more you pounded, the funnier it was. He said,
yo, that's you know what's ill about that? The age, man. First of all, you gotta have some cojones on you at that age,
bro. Absolutely.
To lock your teacher, and I'm pretty sure you were one of the teachers at the school that was probably one of the younger guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the only ones of color.
One of the only ones of color.
There was only a handful of us.
So for them, first of all, for them doing it to you, they probably knew. Like, did anybody get in trouble for locking you in the thing?
Yeah. It's just like once they got to the mastermind got suspended. The mastermind got suspended, and whoever he ratted out got suspended. Like 3 of them got suspended.
They got suspended.
Because the 3 were the 3 alpha males, and the rest just wasn't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? They wasn't gonna oppose it in fear of getting beat up. You know what I mean? So.
It's so funny that we're saying alpha males, and the oldest kid was 10. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but they were shop pullers, bro. Like they knew a lot. They knew a lot.
What city were you teaching in?
Providence. That's where I'm born and raised.
Wow! Shout out to Providence, and for all you guys that don't know, this weekend I'm gonna be at the Rhode Island Comedy Connection.
And I'm coming this week, my guy.
Yes. Please come out Friday and Saturday. I'll be there one show. Spread the word. So let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
So after, how was he after, like when you talked to him at the wedding, and you guys were like reminiscing and telling the story? What was his, like, where was he at in life at that point?
You
talked to him.
He was on the mend. I'll say that.
He was on the mend.
He was on the mend. He was, you know what I mean? He was finally trying. I'll say that.
He was trying.
He was finally trying.
That's good. Because it's funny though, like, because a lot of kids sometimes, like as a teacher, that you had, and they they would give you hell, or they were little hellions, like trying to lock you in the closets, or like they always getting into trouble. A lot of times when you see them later on in life, man, a lot of them actually end up being perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, it's funny because I did high school too. So I see a lot of high school kids. And I did high school 13 years ago.
Okay.
So they're the ones that were in my graduating class 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Grown now, you know what I mean?
Grown up.
And I had some that I was really concerned about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I, you know what? I got a story for you. My first year teaching high school. Now it's a charter school, small school, but little Dominican kid comes up to me, pushing his barber skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'll give you a shot, little shorty. I'll put some money in your pocket, whatever I can do to, you know what I mean? If my $10 helps you stay up the streets, so be it. Like, I'll give you a shot.
Yeah.
I go, he cuts me up, and he's good. I'm like, okay, right, you got a customer, bro. So, you know, I come in, and it gives me a chance to rap with him. You know, you rap a little more in depth with your barber. So I figure I can reach him that way. So we talking, and he's a ladies man. He loves the ladies, whatever. And he's talking about how he met this shorty at the pizza place behind the Civics building. So I take pride in being from Providence and knowing my city. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He is a transplant from Dominican Republic.
Yep.
So
okay.
He goes, you don't know the Civics building? I said, son, I'm you know, however old I was old enough to know better. I ain't never heard of them fucking Civics building. He's right on Broad Street. You know, Broad Street's our main road in the hood. You know what I mean? It's our main access road. And everything pops on there. So I started at downtown Providence and take the connector on the Broad mentally and take a mental drive down Broad and look at all my landmarks, because I can do that. You know what I mean? I know it that well. I'm not in Providence no more. I'm in the next city in my head on the mental drive. I'm like, empty. I'm like, bro, I do not know where the fuck this Civics building is. He's like, yo, you don't get medicine or nothing? Pause for a nigga. I said, nigga, CVS. He was like, yeah, that's how you spell it. I said, no, that's how you say it. Look, like I with the brother for me. So look, man, you a pretty dude, and there's gonna be a lot of chicks that's gonna come your way and probably throw that dude. Don't you ever say that again, son.
Wait.
Say that again.
Well, listen. The effort was there, though. He would call it the Civics.
Shut. And when I tell you, I like moved up and down Broad Street in my head like 3 times, up and back. I'm like, I'm like, liquor store, hairdresser, laundromat, liquor store, hairdresser. But no, you know what I mean? Like, nothing just come up empty. Then he said that pharmacy shit. I lost it.
They see these.
Look over by MC Donald's. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I can't even knock the effort. You know what I mean? He was probably like, the vowel is silent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the average cat would have blew a spot up in the barbershop. You know what I mean?
Nah. You know what's funny too?
I definitely do something.
Listen, lad. You know what's cool though is, you know, a lot of people, you know, like I always say, like one of the hardest things in the world to do as a teacher is we laugh, but it's hard not to laugh. Because sometimes you know that if you laugh, you're embarrassed the hell out of them. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to traumatize them or anything like that. No. But
especially kids with the language barrier. Especially kids with language barrier.
Of course. Happens all the time. I used to tell kids all the time, because I would have a lot of students like that. Like, they would always call me, I would always let them call me Mister. I didn't call, they'd be like, Mister. And I was fine, because when they would say my name, like Baxter, they would always, not all of them, but a lot of them would fuck it up. They'd be like, Mr. Bastard. I'm like, yo, bro,
Right,
Don't call me a bastard. In my class, man. You know, and they be trying, like, they're not even trying to be
right. No, they don't mean no harm. Right, exactly.
They're like, I'm like, bro, you're not saying it right. Just call me Mister. That's it. I'm cool with that, man. What up, Ralph? Hey, my boy Ralphie Banks.
And you know something?
Yeah.
To that point, I only gave that pass to those kids. Everybody else couldn't call me Mister. You know what I'm saying? Because with my last name being Lopes, the ones with the language barrier will call me Lopes. And that goes across my ass, but Lopez is more commented than them Lopes. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, so with you, I concede. Mister's fine. But if you can speak that language, you better call me. But if you call me Mister, I will call you kid. I guarantee you.
Hey, listen. I only allowed that to happen if it was like if I knew him for a year. Like if they were here for a couple of years, definitely.
You better believe.
You know, but I gave them that little like, yo, it's cool that you call me Mister now, but eventually, you know, you're gonna have to learn, right? Or I'm gonna try to correct you every time. But it's cool though, man. Like, so since you're going into your 21st year?
Yeah.
Teaching? And you're a teacher, and you know it's all this controversy right now with going back to school. Are you going back physically, or are you gonna be online, or?
We're supposed to do both. We're supposed to do
a mixture of both.
With Wednesday as the sanitizing day. So, but I'm older now, bro. Like I'll be 50 in November, man. So like I'm becoming out.
Bro, you look like you're like 30, man.
This is Candy Shell, bro. You crack this sauce, bro.
It's
you don't want to know how this
sauce.
It's
the hat too. If you cock the hat a little bit to the side.
Oh yeah, cock the hat, because if I lift the hat, you're gonna get back.
Shout out to everybody out there that is in the 40s and up that still cocks their hat to the side to make them look at least 7 years long. It drops at least 7 years.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Listen, my coffin's gonna be on a tilt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really?
Real though.
You know what I mean?
But yo, like, lad, listen, I really do appreciate you coming on the show. I mean, like, I feel like this is a new concept that I'm kind of playing around with, and you know, there's so many people that are interested in it, and like I said, like, you know, you hear all these stories, and like you know, you seen me before, like. I do these shows, people come up to me after the show and they have these stories, but I can't sit there and talk to all of them about the stories. Some of the stories be funny as hell. Some do not. Yours would definitely, teachers have the funniest stories in the world to me. But obviously, you know that this show isn't just about teaching. It's about funny stories. Because I've had some funny ass stories when I was a student just growing up that are funny as hell growing up in Worcester. So
there's a time lapse. Where I taught during the day and bounced at night. Drunks and kids got all sorts of parallels. There's a lot in common between drunks and kids. So the stories is just as ill. You know what I mean? Like I have found just about every article of clothing you can find at the end of the night at one time or another. I mean, every article, underwear, everything, bro.
Well, listen. Well, let me ask you a question about that. You found what a bouncers at the end of the night when you finish, when there's no more people to be bounced because they all walked out.
Right.
Are you now supposed to go through the club and like look for shit that's left over, or
no? That's just random shit. Most club I worked at, they had a cleaning service that came in and. Come Monday, right? Because they was only open on the weekends, and only had to be. Place held 1750, and we left a line around the corner every weekend. You know what I mean? So we're going back, but no, I was a bouncer 15 years. I can't fight. I fought. I was the cooler. I was the de-escalator. You know what I mean? I know how to talk. I know how to talk to people. I knew, and here's where the school skills carry over, because I knew how to identify the alpha male. You know what I mean? Like I was in the game long enough I remember when there wasn't a VIP. Okay, so when the VIP culture came, a different type of crew also came with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Dudes that came to the club before the VIP were different dudes. Don't get me wrong. There were, there's jerks everywhere you go, but VIP breeds a different type of jerk because they're entitled.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, you usually got the usual trap cats that come in with their crew. You know what I mean? So in that, a successful bouncer isn't the one that knows how to whoop ass. The successful bouncer is the one that knows how to stop the problem before it even starts.
Yeah.
The ones that can see it. You know what I mean? So I knew how to people watch. I knew how to. So you figure you're in a club. It's Friday, Saturday night. Everybody's feeling good. There's a certain look you should have on your face. There should be some sort of general pleasement on your face. And whoever ain't got that look on his face, that's what I'm looking at first.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, what's going on, boy? You know what I mean? And play it up. Playboy, what's going on? All these beautiful women up in here, you looking like that? What's the problem? You know what I mean? All that.
You should have like a little mini movie called The De-Escalator. And it's just about you watching people coming into the club, looking at their reaction. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that'd be a hit.
I could listen. Let's write it. Let's write it. Let's book it. Let's figure it out, man. I could do this shit for days, bro. For days. I'm telling you, this the type of things from.
Okay, look. Here somebody asked a question.
Yes.
Someone says, no. Did you ever bounce a student? Someone asked you this question. Did you ever bounce a student?
No, I didn't. By that, at that point, my students still hadn't become old enough to come into the club yet. But later on, I went to a bachelor party about 5 years ago. And I don't do bachelor parties, man. Like, I don't do the strip club thing. I DJ'd in the strip club, and that's what turned me off. So working in a DJ, I'm DJing in the strip club, and you see the dirty side of it, and just turned me. Plus, I'm cheap. I'm not paying for blue balls. You go dancing in front of the 80 money. Like, I'm fucking.
Wait. What's the dirty side of the strip club?
So, back when I used to do it, the way you made your money.
Give us some examples.
So the way you make your money, right, is as a DJ, your dancers tip you out. You know what I'm saying? Each dancer pays you $10 an hour because they're supposed to do an hour set. You know what I mean? And they do it so many times through their thing, through their rotation. At the end of the night, folks want to play janky promoter and talk about they ain't got their tip money. Like, I'm watching you, and they want to give me blow. They want to blow me, like all these offers, and I'm like, I don't do cocaine, and like offering me.
But wait, that doesn't even make any sense though. It's like fucking 10. I'd rather give you $10 than have to blow
I'd rather
somebody
give you $10 than lose my morality. You feel me? So like and not all strippers are like that, because I know some strippers that actually strip their way through college, and I'm
not gonna lie to you. For $10, I might have took it though. I would be lying if I said that. I'm just saying me personally. I might have. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe.
And you know what else is the dirty side? Tuesday afternoon. The strippers you see on Saturday night ain't the strippers you see on Tuesday afternoon. You know what I mean? So like it is not as glamorous as it seems. You know what I mean?
So what's up with the afternoon strippers? What's wrong with them? They like the rejects, the irregulars.
They match the crowd. They match the crowd. The cats that come in on a Tuesday afternoon deserve those Tuesday afternoon strippers. They deserve that lineup. You know?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
Like, I've seen dudes literally come in, sign over their check, and put it on their sweaty head and just wait.
Wow,
bro, like it's sad. And I think that's what part of it came. Like, when they came at me, they would talk to me with that baby and sugar and all them keywords that they use for them clients. And that's your job. I get it. I'm not mad at that, but don't equate me to them. And anytime I felt like that, I let them know. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Come on, baby, you don't want to party? I'm pretty. I can leave here and find somebody for free, for free. And I would say shit like, I'm pretty, just to piss them off. Oh, you think it's pretty? Yeah, I am. just to piss them off. You know what I mean? But like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah, that's a whole nother line of stories right there.
So
I already know.
I'm at the bachelor party, right? We go to the strip club. When in Rome, I ain't gonna rock the boat. So my homegirl, my apologies, my homegirl is DJing that night. She DJs at the strip club. So I don't even go in the room with them. I go to the DJ booth, go holler at my phone. That's where I'm most comfortable. You know what I mean? With the DJs and stuff. Yep, I go sit, kick it with her, whatever, boom. And they're like, yo, we're getting ready to make a toast. Like, we're gonna get some shots. I'm like, all right. So I go over with them, and the waitress is taking everybody's order, and her back is to me. She's taking everybody's order. She's got about that much more on than the strippers.
Oh, damn. And
she turns around and goes, can I take it? Oh, shit. What up, Mr. Lopes?
Lamar, you can't be there.
I can't, you know, that's so real. I felt like I had to register with my community after that. Like it was a real diddler vibe. You know what I mean?
What's crazy, and this is very true. I had a very similar situation. One of my homeboys is a police officer in Worcester. My man Ralphie Candelaria. And one year, this had to be about 10 years ago, I went for a ride along with him somewhere.
Yeah.
And at some point, we went to a strip club to like go in, and I don't know if we was checking the situation, whatever. But anyways, when I walk in, I'm in like this ride along, like I forgot what gear they give you to do the ride along, whatever. When I walk in, all I hear is a bunch of, but it wasn't a stripper though. It was a bunch of dudes that like on my basketball team. They, yo, Mr. Baxter, none of these dudes were 18. I was like, yo, what you doing here? And they look at me and they see me in this like cop outfit. They're like, what the hell are you doing here? And I didn't know you were a cop. I was like, I ain't no damn cop. I'm a shadow, man. What are you talking about? So it's just funny, like you had a very similar incident.
Your name was Mud the next day around school.
Hey, listen, bro. Like, but the good thing was they were about to like graduate. I think they were about to graduate in a few months or whatever.
Right.
But it is an uncomfortable feeling. Yeah. Like when you're that and you see your former students, or especially if you see a student that still goes to the school, you're like, oh, shit, why? But anyways, bro, like, listen, lad, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on. You're the first guy to do the show.
I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Show. I appreciate it. The stories were funny as hell. I hope everybody that watched enjoyed it as well. Yes, I want to have you back on the show because I know you have a ton of other stories.
How?
Maybe you can tell us a funny story that happened to you when you were a student. You know what I mean? Like, because I got some very funny stories that I've seen. Maybe I've not been in, but you know how it is growing up. You know, I've seen principals in fights with students as a student.
And I did all three.
I already know.
I did private, parochial, and public. So I went to all three schools. So I've seen.
You got the three.
I've seen all different types of people. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like okay, man. I got stories for days.
Now, lad, do you still DJ or no?
As much as any DJs right now, you know what I mean? I'm part of a collective, shout out 18 DJs. There's 10 of us, and we came up with the collective idea to because people became overbooked. So now our motto is we're never overbooked, because even if I'm booked, well, somebody in my crew can definitely feel it, and the quality doesn't depreciate. Everybody's on par, you know what I mean? So I never say no to a gig, because even if I have something that day, I'll throw it in a thread and it'll get covered. You know what I mean?
Okay, well
but lately, no. Nope.
Yeah. Well, push that, whatever you want to push. If there's something that you want to push or someone you want to shout out right now, get that shout out so we can take it home.
You know what I will say, since we're on the subject, since you're gonna be there Friday, shout out to Corey and Dave. They're the ones that gave me my show first show out of quarantine. For Tommy Davidson, I did that weekend. So
that's what's up.
Corey and Dave always giving me a home and giving me somewhere to, somewhere I can call home court and, shoot my shots. I do have a blend CD coming out, but it's gonna have some comedic overtones. I need to holler at that too, about a contribution. You too, Larry. So
okay.
I got some ideas, and once I throw them in the air, I think you'll be able to run with it and add to the flavor of it. So give me a shout when you get a chance to talk, man, and we'll rap about it. But
all right, brother.
I just want to say thanks to my wife for putting up with me. Thanks for my kids for not being as embarrassed when you're out in public with me. And yo, people, COVID's real. Wash your ass. Stay out of people's faces. That's what I got.
Truly, facts. All right, lad.
Continue success for you, bro.
Thank you. I'll see you this weekend.
For sure. I'll let you know whatever show I'll be at.
Okay.
My man.
What's up?
Yep.
Hey guys, listen. That was my man Lad Lopes, my brother, another teacher, Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah, so this is basically what the story, the show is gonna be about. I'm just gonna have guests on, popping on, and just telling me some of their funniest stories at school, whether as a student, whether as a teacher, whether as a janitor, whether as a lunch lady. You know what I'm talking about. Whether a bus driver, a bunch of kids on your bus and you got in a car accident and you just walked out and left the kids there. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in with me. I appreciate you guys. Also remember that this weekend, Friday and Saturday, I will be in Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection, one of my favorite clubs. Come through. Let's laugh a little before the summer is over. They have social distance. They are social distancing in the club, so the seating is very limited. So get your tickets at Rhode Island, comedyconnection.com. It is in Rhode Island. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Peace.